Okay, you're welcome to Mass Medicine with Francis. Lately, most of my students have been asking me, they've been lots of comment about doing compound interest because I did partially simple interest, and then some people really don't understand compound interest, and then there've been lots of people requesting for it. So I decided to do this specially for the sake of our community growth. Now, on this topic, we are going to be talking specially, to the best of our knowledge and to the way that people will understand what compound interest is all about. Assuming that you find yourself on a topic like compound interest and they say that you should find the compound interest, you should find the compound interest on 60,000 for 2 years at 8% per annum. What should be the first thing that will come to your mind? Find the compound interest on 60,000, 2 years at 8% per annum. What will be the first thought that will come to your mind? You know that one thing about mathematics that makes people to be scared in most cases is that when they basically don't understand the way it works or the terms used, like for instance, using something like per annum, I'm splitting this the best way that anyone can understand it so that whoever that comes across certain words will really have nothing to worry about. Like saying per annum. Per annum means each year, each year, that is per annum. Do you understand? Now, the interest will be added at 1 year interval. Assuming that what we are asked to do here is to find the compound interest on 60,000 3 years at 8% per annum. Assuming that this is what we're asked to solve. Now, what we are going to be doing is, remember that the formula for solving simple interest is interest is equal to principal times rate times time all over 100. I hope you remember that. Now, if solving simple interest is principal times rate times time all over 100, the same principle is being, the same pattern is being employed in solving compound interest. But the only different thing solving simple interest and compound interest is that when you're asked to solve simple interest, any particular amount which you generate at the end of solving using this particular formula becomes your answer of simple interest. But in compound interest, if you are being given 2 years, it means that after solving for the first year, the total money which you are going to generate as the interest is going to be based on the amount which you are given plus the interest which you have gotten. Just like if I'm solving now for simple interest and the answer which I have gotten, let me just say is 4,000. I'm going to add 4,000 to my 60,000. That becomes the compound interest for the first year. Now, if I'm going to solve for the second year again, what I will now do is I will use the total amount which I have generated after solving for the first year to solve for the second year. I hope this is very clear. Okay, now let's dig deep. Now, because I'm solving for this, I will say therefore, this is going to be equal to 60,000 multiplied by rate. We remember that rate is being measured at percent per annum, but time is measured based on the number of years or per second or per minute. You understand me now? Or maybe hourly. Now, 60 times 8 multiplied by 1 all over 100. Someone is probably going to be confused here and say, sir, But why are we seeing 1 here, or why am I seeing 1 here? I thought what you said is going to be for 2 years. Yes, you can only use the whole 2 years entirely if you are solving for the simple interest, and any answer which you have is going to be the answer of your simple interest or of your interest. But in compound interest, you are going to split the number of years. Now, just like now I'm having 2 years, you are going to split this. You will use the first year, use the second year. Now, but if what I'm giving here is 3 years, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split it into 3 years. Meaning that I'll have the first year, I'll have the second year, and I'll have the third year. Don't forget the things I say. So now, what do I do here? In most cases, the reason why I usually educate most of my community members or my students to be self-independent without calculator is that there will be some cases where you will be in the middle of an examination or an interview. You won't have an opportunity to use calculator. You'll be left with no option than to use your head. So what to do here, instead of using a calculator to calculate 60 times 8 times 1, you start to divide with 100. For me, it's not the right thing to do. So you use this 0 and cancel this 0, use this 0 and cancel this 0. What is left for you to do now is this. We already know that based on the little knowledge we have on mathematics, that 8 times 6 is going to be 48, right? So all I need to do here is, knowing fully well that 8 times 1 is 8, right? We remember that based on our previous lessons that we've talked about it, that it's always that we've always said that one multiplying anything, if for instance now I'm using 1 to multiply mass medicine with Francis, that the answer is going to be mass medicine with Francis. You understand? And don't forget, for those that have not subscribed, please try as much as possible to subscribe and turn on your notification bells. Okay, now if I'm having 6 multiplying 8 is going to be 48, right? So now this 6 multiply 8 is going to give me, basically what this means is that I'm having 600 multiplying 8, and based on this context, 6 multiply 8 is going to give us 48, right? These 2 zeros, I will bring it down, which means that the interest that I've generated for the first year is going to be 4,800. You understand? Now, if it is 4,800, what this means is that I can quickly say that because I have generated this for the first year, the amount at end of my first year will be equal to 60,000, which is what I'm giving up above, remember, plus 4,800. Sorry, for 4,008, right? 4,008, which is going to be giving us 64,800. I hope this is clear. Now, this is the total amount of money accumulated for the first year in the compound interest. Then this is the money now, is the new principal now that have been introduced, the new P. You remember our P that is here? The new P now that have been introduced is going to be 64,800. It's no longer 60,000. Then if I'm now going further now, I will say, therefore, on my second year, what I will say is that the principle of solving this, just as I've already said, the new introduced principle, that is P, is equal to 64,008, right? Then based on that, I will now say that this is my solving for my second year, which will be 64,008 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 1 all over 100. Now, someone is basically going to ask, but why are we using the rate twice? We've used it in the first year and we are using it in the second year. Yes, we are using it because we are not solving for only a year. We are solving for 2 years. And solving for the 2 years, your number of rates, which is 8, is not supposed to change. Nothing will make that to change. You will use it for as long as you're solving. Even if you are asked to do this for a period of, let me just say like 5 years, assuming that this money keep on accumulating for 5 years, it means that you will keep on using the same rates which you are being given. Use it till you get to the fifth year. I hope this is very clear. So now on the third part of this, what I will now do is this. Because you remember that we are trying everything to avoid the use of calculator, so as for this to become very, very easier for us. Maybe we find ourselves in a situation whereby we can't use calculator. Calculator isn't the best option, but it makes it easier. So I will use this 0 to cancel this, then I will use this to cancel this. Therefore, on my second year, what I'm left with is 648 multiplying 8. Don't forget, times 1. Then in my second year, what I'll be having left is going to be, remember how we always do this calculation. So for we not to be using calculator, it's best that we do the calculations ourselves in the best way we can. Remember that 8 times 8 is going to be 64. Which one will be here? Then 8 times 4 is going to be 32 plus 1, which is going to be what? 3. And I'm having 3 over here. Then 8 times 6 is going to be like we did earlier. It's going to be 48 plus 3. We're having 51. Okay, so 5134. Remember that the avoidance here is trying humanly possible not to use calculator. So I'm having 3, I'm having 4, I'm having 1, and I'm having 5, meaning that what I'm having, okay, 8's here. Oh, 64, we are carrying 6. Sorry for that. Then 8 times this is 32 plus that 6. So what we are going to be having here is going to be 8. I hope this is very clear. Sorry for that small mistake, okay? It's 8. Then we'll be having 5184. So the total answer is going to be 5184. That's doing this little calculation. You understand? Now, when you have come to a particular place where you are finished with this, then you will now then go on to now calculate the amount at the end of the second year. The amount at the end of what? Of the second year, which is going to be 64,800 plus 5,184, which is going to land us to 69,984. You understand? Therefore, now that we have gotten this particular amount of money, now it's not where it ends. The end point of this now is we are now going to do the final calculation, which will now lead us to the final answer which we are looking for under this compound interest. Do you understand what I'm saying? We will now then find the final answer, and in finding the final answer, what it means now is that we will now say, therefore, or thus, the compound interest is equal to 69,984 minus 60,000. I hope we all know where this came from what we have done now. You know, it was a total accumulation for a period of 2 years, right? Now, this particular amount happens to be the original principal given to us to solve this compound interest. I hope this is very clear. Then when you've gotten to this particular point, you will now subtract this 60,000 from 69,984. So every person supposed to know that these are zeros, right? And this is 6 and this is 6. You don't need to do much. You will say that this is equal to 9,984. Now, this is the total compound interest. Remember, for a period of what? For a period of 2 years. And the basic thing about this is that we are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that we grow our channel and our community and to build a reliable source, a kind of a stronghold that nothing can destroy, that will just keep on empowering the best interest of people that really wants to understand maths. You understand? So that means, with all this said, you are going to invite your friends, your loved ones, share the links, share it on your status, on your WhatsApp status, on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your Facebook, on your social media handles. Okay, share it and invite more people to come. Now, for the sake of the growth of our community, there will be a little exercise which I'm going to give us to try out today. And I wish for the best from every single one of us. And I want us to really try our possible best to make sure that we get the answers right. You remember how we used to do? For the first person that will always provide the answer for this particular little exercise given here, definitely that person will have a gift for me. When you the I mean that the person is going to have a gift from me, not for me. Okay, I'm going to provide a gift, a tangible gift for the person, at least to motivate us so that we can keep on growing and worsening as fast as possible. So assuming that this little exercise which I'm about giving now is that, let's say that we are asked to find a compound interest on 23,000 for 4 years at 10% per annum. At 10% per annum. Remember that when you are being given this, the first thing that should come to your mind is that this is my what? This is my principal. This is my what? This is my rate. Sorry, this is my time. Sorry for that. This is my time, okay? Now, if this is your time, remember that time is measured. Time could be measured in years, in number of months, maybe in seconds, hourly. Time can be measured just like this. Time can also be measured in days. You understand? Then, now, time is measured most importantly in seconds, okay? But all the measurement of time means for we to understand the one that is time and the one that is rate. Anything at all that have to do with percent per annum. Remember what we call this per annum earlier. Remember? We said that what it means is what? Each year. Per annum. Percent. This is the symbol for that. So now what I expect you to do is this. After seeing this, you will now then simplify the way we've done above. This is the principal, this is the time, and this is the rate. So as soon as you just split it this way, just the way it's been given here, you're going to find your answer. Remember, the first person to post the answer in the comment section is automatically having something from me. So don't take it for granted. Take it very serious. And apart from the gifts which I'm going to, the tangible gifts which I'm going to give to the person trying to grow our community, that's not all it takes. You understand? Again, it's going to make whoever that is solving, to post it, at least to still understand more better what this is all about. Because as long as mass is involved, it is everyday practice. It's not what we just have to just do today. We just have to give up the next day. We are tired of it already. No, it's a daily something. Okay, so I expect more of you people. I expect everyone to just all hands on deck as we just keep on passing through this stage of our life, and we're definitely going to keep on doing more. So this is season 10. We're going to be expecting more in season 11. So thanks, and God bless you for your time.